Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music. Silent Night, the classic holiday standard, written in 1816. It's more than 200 years old. It's the subject of our holiday subscriber challenge. Martin Heidenreich are doing a challenge for their subscribers, make an arrangement of it. I thought to myself, well, I can't expect you to do it unless I take a run at it myself. I've done 3 arrangements of Silent Night. Let's take a look at them. Okay, so when Joseph Huber, Austrian pastor, stepped out into a cold, clear night and was inspired to write this song, I doubt he knew that it would become a real holiday chestnut. I've done 3 versions. Let's take a look at them on the screen. One of them is in notation. Well, we're going to go to the most extreme case scenario first. This is where we're heading, and we'll come back to it, but let's just play this right now. A strong melody will take almost anything you throw at it. We'll talk about that arrangement a little bit more in the third part of the video. But first, let's look at a conventional 3-part arrangement. I've been playing this song my whole life, right? I mean, a lot of us have been singing and playing it. And I thought to myself, well, what's a basic instrument? And I thought the recorder. So I did a little 3-part recorder arrangement of it. This is what it looks like in Finale. And of course, Finale will play back the sound so you can work and fiddle and play with the parts a little bit. It's fairly standard counterpoint. I've included, a little excitement right in here just to get things going. And I recorded it and did a horrible 3-part person recorder version of it, which I will now play for you. Okay, I know that was bad, and part of it is tuning. I happen to own soprano, alto, and tenor recorder. I am by no means a recorder player, so I've done a version of it that we can look at on the screen. The chords are in closed position, and as you can see, the 3 parts move largely together. They're rhythmically coupled, we say. When they break apart, it's a little bit exciting to the ear and fun, and I don't want to do that too much. Well, that's a fairly standard conventional arrangement. It uses the conventional chords, doesn't it? It's really rooted. I'm in C major here at 100 beats a minute, just like our competition. And it's not, sorry, it's not a competition. Please, no betting. It's a challenge. So the, just the sort of tonic dominant relationships are strong. I may have included a couple of strange passing tones there. You can hear it happening right here. One more to the, and that's just a simple motion to the deceptive cadence to the relative minor, A minor. And then just 2-5-1 and out. Very standard, very straightforward, sort of fun, right? Well, I thought to myself, so I'm a pianist. What would it be like to do a version of this piece modally modulating into the minor? Well, it turns out that this is a beautiful melody in minor. So we're in C minor, and you can hear that E flat. The 4 chord is also minor. The 5 chord will be dominant, which we just heard. That was the 4 minor. B flat 7. Little Christmas chord there, huh? Well, there's some lovely harmonic moments in that we'll just want to highlight. Once we sit in the minor, and you see this little introduction is giving us minor major 7. See the B sitting in there, B and A. 1 minor. With a little bit of 9 thrown in. Here's the 5 chord as a 9 sound. Hear the A natural. And then 1 chord is a dominant sound, which pushes us to 4. The left hand gets a little scale for fun. Now, C minor is the relative minor of E flat major, and I want to suggest that major. So B flat 7, the dominant of E flat. Here it comes. But it's a deceptive cadence back to C minor. And then this moment here, the A flat in the bass, F, A flat, B, E flat, it's like a A flat minor 6 chord, isn't it? It's functioning as a kind of a beautiful, weird, sort of nebulous space. Is it the 2 chord of C minor, a version of 2 minor 7 flat 5? Or is it the minor 4 chord of the relative major? Who knows? And then dominant and out. Yeah, baby. There's a thing that my teacher used to call coupling. And it's a simple process where a single melody is joined in exact parallel motion. And I've done 1 or 2 videos that describe it in detail. Maybe I can link them here. And so I went, and here's what it looks like on piano. Just did a version of the melody. The melody's on top. And underneath it, I have coupled that melody with very straightforward intervals. If the melody is G, that's the very first chord right there. I just want to point out that we have parallel fourths and a major third, and that's all I've used. Fourths and major thirds. And you can move that sound around, and it is kind of the so what chord, the classic so what chord, right? That's a major third on top, and the rest of them are fourths. I've embedded the major third in my standard voicing that I've used here, but occasionally have shifted it around just to sort of give a little bit of color. Well, we're not actually going to listen to this version in piano. We'll listen to it in an orchestra. And I took the easy way out. I copied the piano part into a bunch of orchestral parts and just erased everything. So there's no volume automation, there's no expression automation. I'm super lazy. It came out sounding pretty good though. We got BBC Orchestra and Albion Neo. And if you look at what we're seeing here on the screen, you can see that I've had to move some of the parts up an octave or whatever. We have basically violins, violas, cello, and bass doubling at the octave. There are woodwinds, which I transposed up from the bottom two voices of the next to the bottom two voices of my couplings. And then brass, which is, I think, grabbing just the bottom voice, the lowest to bottom voice of those two. So the winds and the brass, one of them has the same notes, but they're at the octave. And as a result, you can see a considerable amount of clustering at the top of the voices. There are strings of diatonic tones right next to each other. There's a lot of just kind of tetrachord groups. Here's an example of one right there. Those notes are just a clump. They sound pretty good though, because they're all moving in parallel. And once our ear gets used to the sound, we sort of accept it at the bottom sixths and octaves. The color keeps changing because I change the voicings. And of course, it's not really in a key, is it? If I move parallel, it means that I'm going to have to be accommodating sort of different scales as I move along. So we see F sharps in here, we'll see B flats. We're out of key quite a bit. Let's listen to it again. It's the same thing that we heard at the top. I've harmonized basically in strata, in layers. Everything moves in the same direction. We're actually breaking some laws of counterpoint. I don't care. This orchestration is what we'd call one big device. The texture is the stack of notes. Our holiday challenge is up and ready to go. We're asking you to do some part of Silent Night, not even really the whole thing, because I think what we want to do is weave them end to end, creating a kind of a tapestry, a crazy quilt of the songs, of the arrangements. Martin's going to handle it all. I'll put details in the description. You can also comment and I'll redirect you to him. He's handling, handing out the parts and stuff. Well, I hope this has been useful. Lots of possibilities for us, right? Lots of possibilities. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell. You'll know when I post things again. And I'll see you next time.